Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles, Legend of Zelda D&D campaign. This is episode 44. I am ArticulateT, the Game Master, and with me today, as always, playing Renji Vox. I have TheNetherlad.
Let's get it on.
I have Alvarance playing Hikan Sio.
Hello.
I have Ziden Shari being played by Ripper Pirate.
Hello.
And I have Keistrith playing Max.
Hi.
So, friendos, what happened last time?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Last time we had breakfast. We had a talk with the Mayorturnia. And also a warehouse blew up.
Nah, it's not so important.
I think that's all.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, but
Very succinct.
we did have a nice rest after, making sure that the sea wraiths were broken up and arrested. We had discussed this with Mayorturnia in said talk. We also were led to a warehouse or out in the docks where the Fairwind Trading Company had its stocks and supplies, where we found I think the proper term is buttload of gunpowder and also bomb chews, which are mice that explode. And as such, the warehouse blew up. Some magical items also got demolished in the process and turned Max into a beacon of all that is good and holy, or rather just very bright light. Made sure that Hikan and I were going to be, sober for the next 16 days, and made sure that Ziden was a bit louder than usual. And now we're all very angry.
Yes. Indeed. And so it is that we return back to the escapades of our comrades here, as they go about in their own way, dealing with the roaring flames of the warehouse that they have just exited. By this point, anybody whose random magical effect from the magic warehouse explosion, that only lasts a minute, will have probably ended by now. But as you're kind of...
Well, those Hikan's days of soberness he gets to enjoy.
Yeah. Hikan and Renji's days of soberness that they get to enjoy.
Wahoo!
So as you're doing your thing, another troop of guards rushes around the corner, and they are led by Captain Rundus, who kind of just comes to a halt as he sees everything going on, and then recognizes three of you, because I don't know whether or not Hikan has stopped hiding in the docks at this point.
Hell no, I am under the docks swimming.
So he just kind of and trudges over and approaches Renji, because he seems to have made himself the face of the party by this point.
In the meantime, I am still prestidigitating all of the soot and dust off of me, because I must look presentable when talking to officials.
Yeah. He just clank, 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 comes up to you and just says, "How is it that whenever something in this town happens over the past few days, it is you and your friends?"
Well, would you rather still have the mists and the attacks? Look, this is not what we intended. Let's just say that.
Oh, good. I'm glad that your intention was not blowing up buildings, but please continue.
Yes.
There is fucking exploding mice!
Yes, bomb chews specifically. We were going to try and investigate this specific building. We had reasons to suspect that there might be some information concerning the Fairwind Trading Company that hopefully are being waylaid by your guards as we speak, because we have found some damning evidence against Mr. Fairwind that he was planning on, well, basically playing both sides of the conflict for the Civil War. Where do we have this piece of writing? Do you speak Gerudo or read Gerudo by any chance, Captain Rundus?
I speak a fair few languages, and Gerudo happens to be one of them.
I shoved the book into his hands because I still have it.
Well, there you find, which clearly shows a intent on, well, profiting off of the war. We believe this to be in the handwriting of Mr. Fairwind, and we were planning on confronting him with this, hopefully assisted by your men. Then we figured out that some of the bomb chews that the Fairwind Company had been trading, apparently, got loose and set off the mountain of gunpowder that was hidden within what used to be this building.
Also, there's a piles of magic items.
Yes, I believe some of that had a bit of a backlash upon us. Our friend the Druid here was unable to speak plainly for a minute, and my companion here glowed. And as you can see, our attire, and I prestidigitate more suit away, is not in the best conditions either, because we were caught up in the blast that caused this building to basically disappear.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of poring over the document that you've presented him with, and he kind of looks over at the still admittedly furious flames that are burning in what used to be the Fairwinds Trading Company warehouse.
So, if it is at all possible, I think we should hurry to the docks where we are currently stopping Mr. Fairwind from escaping.
Well, if that is the case, then considering your potential, and he glances at the inferno and then back to you guys and says, "You can take 2 of my men and see if you can stop him. You will have deputized authority. In the meantime, I need every other guard on hand to make sure that the entire warehouse district does not burn to cinders by the end of the day."
Thank you, and good idea. Which of your men?
He looks over and sees the 2 guards who are not exactly doing much. He says, "You and you follow them. You go to the docks. You stop Fairwind. That is an order. You listen to them." And he's like, yes, sir. Right. And they pick up their spears and they trudge over to you guys and kind of I don't know what's going on. I was enjoying a nice brunch and now this is happening.
So, I look at Ziden and I say, "Can you find Hikan with that band of, mind talking?"
That's not how it works.
You can't send him messages, specifically?
No.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
he'll know where we'll be going. Let's just go.
Fine, I'd rather have him
I'll
with
find
us.
him. Just give me a sec.
Thanks.
I will find Hikan's clothing, or whatever his favorite item that he always has on him.
Okay.
And then I'll go to him.
Okay.
And I guess I will be leaning over the dock. Just kind of look to Renji, point to the water.
Can you get him out now?
Can I see him in the water?
How are you hiding, Hikan? Oh no.
I'm muted.
Okay.
Hiding in silence.
I'm like I'm holding my breath, and I'm probably like 4 inches below the surface, like far enough below that looking like if you look straight down, it's like, oh yeah, he's right there.
Ziden will wave and then like make the come here gesture.
And I will go ahead and swim upwards.
Come on, we're gonna go arrest the guy.
Awesome. And I will climb onto the dock and follow the party.
Okay. So you head over to, or you follow the party. You make a mad dash up the docks and head towards a ship that you believe is being tended to by Fairwind and his crew. As you get closer, you see that the sails of the ship are at full, like they've been opened fully, and the boat is actually on the move, but not in exactly
bad.
Not exactly in the fastest manner. But you can see Fairwind plain as day. He's kind of standing near the like behind the helm, up on the bridge, and you can see him quite clearly with his two guard drakes, and he's standing next to this figure who's in this dark robe, who's just kind of standing there rather quietly. And there are a number of individuals who are currently tending to the upper decks as it is. But as it's moving away, he turns and he spies you as you come along and says, "Oh, hello. How are you? Just missed us, I'm afraid.
Stop your ship this instant.
Kind of hard to do that at the moment. Sorry. Is everything okay?
Far away is it?
Hmm?
How far away is the ship?
It is. Actually, you know what? I'll just bring you over to the map in question.
Awesome.
We have a map.
You have a map. You may need to scroll to the right a bit
Let's see.
to get your tokens.
So it is about 100 feet away.
Oh shit.
That is the mast that has the mainsail, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do something. I want to do something really stupid. I want to take my new lightning javelin.
Yes.
And I want to run to the end, like right here, because I can.
Yeah.
And I want to chuck it at the mast, using its lightning ability.
Okay. You can indeed do that. Let's see now. Treasure. Javelin of lightning. The javelin is a magic weapon. When you hurl it, you speak its command word. It transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target. Make a ranged weapon attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 4d6 lightning damage. Javelin's property can't be used again until the next dawn. In the meantime, the javelin can still be used as a magic weapon. So you hurleth your javelin forward.
Yeah. Yep. I will go ahead and.
What? Jesus.
Boom!
All right. So The javelin flies forward. The moment it leaves your fingertips, it erupts into a brilliant flash of blue and white as it rockets forward and impales into the side of the main mast. These two bandits are going to need to go ahead and make themselves a dexterity saving throw. No.
Oh.
And no.
Ooh,
That's a 4 and a 5.
That's a 4 and a 5.
that's very well done.
And taking the
16.
full 16 lightning damage, these two guys just collapse into smoking heaps on the deck of the ship. And with the gauntlet thrown, Farron
Like,
just...
behind Hikan, Mouse is just doing the nice now.
with the gauntlet thrown, Farron's like, right, to arms! And he draws his sword, and he draws another thing in one hand, which looks like a wand of some kind. It was a bit thicker, with a bit of metal to it. And I'd like everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me, please, as I start up the boss music.
Okay. It's a 13 for Renji, an 8 for Max.
22
for
for
Ziden.
Hikan.
Very nice.
Nice. Okay. So I will...
Now everything else has to have their initiative.
Yeah, I just need to get one more character sheet before I do anything. But that's the one I need. Okay, right. So let's see. So the first one on the initiative board goes to this thing. It would be so kind as to do it. Oh, no character selected. Lame. Alright, okay, I guess I have to do it manually then for that one. Roll 1d20. 19, alright. So the guard drakes get a 19. We'll have a bandit go. Good for them with a mighty 3.
Well, I guess after seeing 2 of their guys electrocuted, they're like, no.
I gotta very quickly go over to the GM. Okay.
Whoever that is not doing well.
No, they're not. They're doing better though.
Okay.
I knew I was missing one thing as well. It's like, I've got all the character sheets. No, I don't. I don't.
You never have them.
I can close this one though because you were smart
I've learned
enough
this.
not to bring Mara with you.
You have like 10 with it.
That does not bode well. Smart enough not to?
Well, yeah,
Mara's not a fighter.
she's not much of a combatant, so
That's true. What were you planning on doing to her, you cur?
nothing. She'd just be
Okay, good.
she'd just be in as much danger of being hurt as the rest of you, but she wouldn't do as well.
That's fair.
I was really tempted to let you guys try to figure out another thing, but it's like, I got this, and I got to.
You gotta test it out.
Yeah. Alright, so then there's this person. Lots of
That's a lot of
16s. There's a lot of 16s.
3 16s in a row.
Yeah. Then I need to get this one last person over here, and then that'll be that. There are a lot of individuals, like completely separate individuals in this fight. Alright, descending order. So. They go before you, you go before them. Alright, so, with the gauntlet thrown, the initiative has been cast. The first person on the docket is Hikan after throwing his lightning javelin. What do you want to do?
Really regretting giving Ziden my ring now. What do I want to do? I don't think I can jump that far.
Okay, over on his turn.
What was that? You cut out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you? Ziden will take you over there on his turn.
You're breaking up really badly, my friend.
Yeah. But he said that Ziden would take you over there on his turn, so
Okay.
you
I figured
could
Ziden or Renji would.
withhold your action.
Yeah. The people next to me are also bandits, like foes, right?
Yes.
Okay. I can't use bonus action hitting unless I hit something. Well, shit.
Don't you get multiple attacks as a monk on your turn?
Yeah, I do. It's just I can't use I can't use my bonus action to do an unarmed strike unless I attack. Kind of thing. You know what? I'll go ahead and clear the path for my friends there, and I will do 2 strikes on this guy over here to the north and 1 strike on the guy over here to the south.
Okay.
12 for 6, 17 for 10 on the first one, and then a critical for 13 on the one in the south.
That'll do it. Like, without missing a beat after you hurl the javelin, you turn around and crack, and within one, like, 2 fluid motions, and the 2 guys beside you just collapse unconscious to the ground. Probably still unsure as to what the hell just happened.
There was something else that I wanted to do. I know that I used all my actions, and if it would take an action to do so, could I attempt to see who this cloaked figure that's totally not Merlina is?
Sure. Roll, make a perception check.
Okay.
Hello.
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 There you go. Nope,
Yeah.
I cannot. I am too busy punching dudes.
Unless Hikan's already done a thing, Ziden was going to take him over in his turn. If you wanted to delay your turn.
He's just killed 2
yeah.
guys, so.
Yeah.
I'm clearing the
There's
path.
guys on our side as well, so.
Yeah, I'm clearing the path.
Hikan still wants to go over, I'm sure, right?
Yep.
Wonderful.
But
Okay.
yeah, so I definitely do not tell that I cannot tell that is Merlina, so that is true.
Right. The guard drakes. They're kind of locked in on this boat here, so they're just going to maneuver themselves in this fashion, and that'll be their turn. Then it gets to Mr. Richard Fairwind, who moves over here, and he's going to take that wand-looking thing, and he's going to point it at what is the distance on this thing? What range does it have? 30 over 90. So it's a long distance shot, but he's going to point it at you, Hikan, and he's going to have disadvantage on the attack roll. But as he points it at you, there is a crack of an explosion, like a small explosion from the tip of this weapon, as he points it at you. I don't have double roll on him for some reason, so I'll roll twice. So does a 15 hit your AC?
A 15 does not.
Then he misses. The shot goes wide, but it takes out a chunk of the stone on the dock next to you, almost the instant that the thing was fired. And he grits his teeth, and he turns around and snarls at the mysterious cloaked figure, telling her, shouting out, "Sing, damn you!" And that'll be his turn. And Ziden, it's your go.
Okay, Ziden is going to move 30 feet. Actually, wait, do I have 35 feet? Which type of...
Yes, you're a wood elf.
I do. Okay, so just pop this out. Take one more step here. Then I shall cast Thunder Step, taking Hikan with me.
Okay. Boom.
So we shall both go...
Yeah. That guy needs to make.
So
a
we
constitution.
established when Ziden turns into a giant thing, he pushes everything away.
Yes, but depending on the surface. So I would say that if you were to turn into a giant thing there, you're more likely to push this guy from the wheel than you are to push Fairwind and his dogs into the ocean.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, still pushing the guy from the wheel helps, so we shall teleport here and here, I think.
Okay, so you do that. Now let's see, is it...
There's no one alive. Oh, wait.
There is that one guy, so he has to make a...
That guy.
Yeah.
You're still breaking up a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum's internet isn't the best. I
Okay.
thought...
So he also kind of explodes. Oh man, it's a good thing there's a lot of these guys.
And then, using my bonus action... what's the best to go for here? Probably something with amphibious abilities. So... that could go on the map. There we go.
There you go. Excellent. I'll just...
Let's go here.
Alright. I'm just going to move you a sec so I can move this bandit out the way and mysterious cloaked person.
Move it.
Okay.
What about the dog?
Alright, the doggo.
not dog.
The dragon dog. I'll move him over here. So he gets pushed along the guardrail of the bridge, like back a bit, pushing him away from Fairwind. Okay.
Hooray! I split them up.
Yeah. Now it
Also,
is.
So no one's controlling the boat.
No one is controlling the boat. Then it's the guard's turn. They're gonna make use of that. So that one's gonna go into melee with that one. That one's also gonna go over there. So guard 1 attacks remaining bandit 1 with his spear. Need to properly size this shit. There we go. 13 for 2 damage. Woo. As you guys look upon this and think, oh, we used to be that. We used to do that damage on a regular basis, and now we're gods by comparison. There we go. So they get into a scuffle with those bandits. Then it's Renji's turn.
Now, could I also use something like Thunder Step and take Max with me on my turn?
You can do if it's within range. You can.
I believe it definitely is. Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
And I move to here. Then I look over at Max and hold out my hand.
Hand is accepted.
Okay, hand is accepted. We have acceptance. And also Thunderstep, but there's no one near us to...
Some dirty, disgusting hand holding going on here.
Yes. Oh, hey.
So lewd.
Think of the humanity. I will plop myself over here, and with Max going with me.
Okay.
And
shit. Accidentally did that a lot. Hang on. Over here.
there, yeah. And as I also appear on the ship, I have my shield. I have my rod of the Pact Keeper, and I shout, "Richard Mightwind, you are under arrest."
That's not his name. It's Fairwind.
Fairwind.
There we go. Different wins.
Yeah, Richard Fairwind, you're under arrest, and I'm starting to rattle off like all of the charges, like resisting arrest, escaping, putting people in unreasonable danger.
Treason,
and of course, treason.
Okay. Sweet. Nice. You're now on the ship, and you begin going through this. While you do so, the mysterious cloaked figure, who you can all quite clearly see now that you're standing basically right next to her, is indeed an Orca Caesara, who you assume possibly to be Merlina. And
Zorka?
A Zorka, yes. And in a kind of like, she seems, like your passive insight is likely going to be enough to determine that she is terrified. And despite this, she begins to sing rather beautifully as well. It's this haunting melody that carries itself over the oceans and into the town. It's remarkable. And that'll be her turn. She is going to maneuver over here, though. Does the giant snack utilize an opportunity attack in any way, or no?
That would be
he's
wrong.
muted.
Yes, I asked a person whose internet is being silly.
Chunky.
Yeah. All
Going
right,
to
so he's going to
restart
restart
the
mine.
round.
So we'll resolve that by next time. Max.
Okay, there's a lot of things. No, it's probably a bit much. Do that. What's the range? Cone. Do you want to use it though? Let me see. That's all.
What's your plan? And
Give me a sec. And just. It's not enough to go on. Okay, can't get that one. It's fine. I'm gonna risk an opportunity attack from. No, actually, yeah, I'll risk an opportunity attack from that guy.
okay.
So he can try and hit me if he wants.
Wah! Just an 18 hit
Yeah.
your AC.
I will take that 1 damage.
He hit you for a devastating one.
I finally get to try this spell out.
Ooh.
In a 30-foot cone in this direction, these 3 hapless idiots suddenly, the phantasmal image that caused by fear for Max naturally becomes a blue dragon.
Delicious. Okay. So let's see. Wisdom saving throw. With their great and powerful +0s to their wisdom, they had the following. The one gets a 17, so he passes. One gets 3, so he doesn't. One gets a 19, so he passes. Did you get all 4? I think you got all 4.
No, I couldn't get the furthest one.
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
I don't know what happens if they...
Let's see. Wisdom throw or drop whatever is holding and become frightened during their iterations. Okay, so we're going to say that this guy in the middle back here, these two kind of like, they kick into their sort of...
There's no effect, okay.
Yeah, it's not so much a case of they are preparing to fight, like they don't respond to the fear with a fight instinct. It's more a case of we are literally backed up into a corner on a boat. We don't really have anywhere to run, so we've got no options.
If anything, I've called all their attention.
Yeah, you've gained aggro. This guy, on the other hand, at the back here, has utterly perished at this idea. So he drops his weapon, which is a hand axe. saves prosper on each of its turns. Okay, so he is frightened for the duration, which is concentration up to a minute. So on his next turn, which is now, unless you have any bonus actions.
None that I can use right now.
Okay, so on his turn, he's going to run away, and actually he's going to dive off into the water. Sploosh. And I'll put him on the GM layer as he disappears into the water on the other side.
So
Nice.
now, after the sploosh, all we need is a kaboom.
That'll probably be coming at some
To
point.
be fair, we had 2 kabooms before this sploosh.
That is true.
All right. So the remaining bandits who are on the ship will take their turns. This one's going to go over to here, and with advantage, because he's flanking with the guard drake, he's going to attack Ziden, Snack Ziden. It's a 19 to hit for 3. He's not
He's
back
still
yet.
currently not yet.
Yeah.
So
So I think 19 hits a giant snake's AC. So I will reduce his health as such. Then these 2 bandits are going to run up and try and attack the thing that has scared them silly. So one goes for a standard hand axe attack, but gets an 8,
no.
and the other one goes for a hand axe attack and gets a 16 versus your AC.
That meets.
Okay. Yep. So that deals 2 slashing damage with his hand axe
No.
as he slashes against you. The last one on top is going to draw his hand crossbow, or his light crossbow, and he's going to try and fire at the monk who is currently harassing his boss. Does a 22 hit your AC, good sir?
Oh my fucking god, finally! I would like to spend a key point and use deflect missiles.
Okay. 15, so you catch it.
And I stab it right into Richard Fairwind right behind me. I literally just reach out, grab it, and just stab it in his shoulder.
Ranged attack with a weapon or piece of ammunition you just caught as part of the same reaction. You make this attack with your proficiency, so make an attack against him.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll an unarmed strike.
Yeah, same dice.
That's 16.
That just gets his AC. Nice work.
Alright.
Hello.
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 I'm going to
Welcome
be
back.
spending tomorrow complaining at a Virgin Media.
Seems fair. A bandit came up and hit you for 3 damage with his axe. That's it.
That jerk.
Oh, so there was an opportunity for an opportunity attack against singing ladies, or
Did you want to take it?
No.
Okay. All right. So that's the bandits done. Then, how far can this fella move? I need that thing.
80 feet.
One of the rules I've written for.
I'm just guessing.
Two feet.
Yeah, 20 feet.
Every other round.
Attack one. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so this is what's going to happen. As you're all contemplating this, or as all this is happening, there is a colossal splash from one side of the boat just over here, as a large purple fish with a rock for a face breaches the water and dives at the giant snack, going for a
Oh no.
bite attack.
Go for a snap.
another giant monster fight. Oh, that poor bandit's gonna get so squished.
There's a 25 hit your AC.
Yes.
You take 34 points of piercing damage as the giant Georg bites into your snaky flesh.
Ow.
That's just rude.
However, you did get in the way of his normal slide, because normally what you would do would probably, as you would imagine, would be breach, bite, and then slide on its belly to the other side of the ship and just fall back into the water. But you're big enough to get in its way, so it's stuck there now. I'm also going to roll a dexterity save for the poor bandit that this thing might have just crushed.
I mean,
He passes. He passes with flying colors and moves out of the way. So
it
yes,
might come to his mind now that getting in the middle of the kaiju battle is a bad idea.
he wasn't expecting one, to be honest. But
Now
yes,
it's here.
yes. Hikan, it is now your go.
So, important question.
Yes.
It was Renji and Hikan that went through the stuff in the sewers and found the necklace that Merlina had. So the important question is, between Renji and Hikan, who has the necklace?
Toss a coin for it.
Okay, I got a coin. I got Kraken coins.
Oh.
All right, evens or odds, Renji?
Odds.
All right, Renji has it.
Okay, I have it.
Nice.
All right. So, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna spend a key point to do flurry of blows. I'm gonna punch Actually, I'm gonna punch Richard Fairwind all 4 times.
Okay.
I'm really mad at him. I trusted him, and he broke my trust. I am really mad at him. So I'm gonna punch Richard Fairwind all 4 times, and between each hit, kind of like a hook, kind of like in Robin Williams and Hook, I'm just gonna look and go, "Hey, Merlina, you know I met your brother. He misses you. He says hi." And then,
Jesus Christ. 24, 20, 23, 22. Ah!
30 damage.
Hold on. Sorry. I accidentally clicked and held him while I was trying to select his token. So it's 12, 20, 30. Yeah, 30 damage. Ow.
And because I'm a drunken master, I will run like I will slide Tarzan-wise along the snake, go over to my best pal Renji over here, and be like, "Hey, can I have that necklace?"
Sure.
And then
What did he just spend the time punching?
Richard Fairwind.
I
Okay.
just wailed and I stabbed Richard Fairwind with his own person's crossbow bolt, grabbed onto his lapels, and then just kept punching him while I'm looking at Merlina. And then if I can get it this time, I'm going to run over to Merlina and give her necklace. But if I can't, then I will do that next turn.
Okay.
Because I've done a lot already.
Let's see. So you've moved.
Action, bonus action. So
Alright, so you've moved 20 feet. Then it would
I
be
have 30 feet left of movement.
30 feet left of movement.
Automatic disengage action because of flurry of blows and drunken master.
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to physically get over there, but actually having the loving moment of handing her back her necklace, that would probably be a next turn thing.
Okay, so I will stand right here next to the kaijus, and on the other side of the guy who just watched me punch his boss 4 times.
Yeah.
5 times. And holding out Merlina's necklace, and then that'll be turn.
Alright. Okay. Guard Drakes on their turn. They're going to... The initial biggest threat to their boss, or to their master, has now disappeared. So they're going for the next one, which is this snack.
No, snack, why?
So they're both going to move into position. The one just out of position is going to move into position. And they're going to commence their attacks of relative doom. Which would be... first off, they bite. So we'll do the top one first. So first he bites. Does 19 hit your AC?
Yes, only 12, I believe.
Okay, so you take 4 points of piercing damage, and then it slaps you with its tail for a further 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Then the other one is going to do pretty much the same thing. Goes for a bite. Only gets an 11 still, so that's a miss.
Oh my god, I avoided one bit of damage for once.
And then he hits you for 17 for 4 bludgeoning with his tail. Then that is it for the guard drakes. Then on another thing's turn, there is a clamber, or there is a lighter sploosh on the other side of the boat. as a couple of these assholes, not necessarily empowered by the mists anymore, but still loyal to their boss, clamber up the side of the ship with their claws and get ready for combat. But they have just turned up, so they don't get a turn. Then it's Fairwind's go. Fairwind's not having a good day, as you can imagine. Things have gotten out of hand, and he's barely left port. So what he's going to do is he's going to draw his sword. He's going to slice twice at the snake. And then, because he was punched in the face several times, he's going to fire his pistol at Hikan. So first the swords. He's not technically flanking with anybody, so he's... although he can draw... Nah, never mind.
Still an 11.
Still an 11, so it doesn't hit. Goes for another attack. 26 certainly hits for 5 piercing damage. And then he takes his gun and he points it at Hikan. Boom. Does a 16 hit your AC? I don't think it does.
Hey, your flunky shoots better than you do.
Whew. Okay. Let's see. Here's cutting action. Alright, so as a bonus action, what he's going to do, because he's technically a rogue, he's going to take the disengage action, and he's going to flee and hop over to the other side, just hop down from there, and that'll be his turn. Then, let's see. Then while that is all happening, the lot of you hear a series of 3 thunks that hit the side of the ship, thump, 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 like deep below, and that'll be their turn. Then it is Ziden, your go.
These god drakes.
Yes.
Can they swim?
Assumedly they can swim just as well as any other 4-legged creature can. So probably, but not as well as like you or a fish. They lack a swim speed.
Constrict this bottom one.
Okay, so that's 23 to hit. That hits. Deals 12 damage. And target is grappled. Escape is a DC 16. So yeah, he is grappled by you.
Where's my thing for the healing? You gain a spell, spend more spell. I'm gonna expend a level 3 spell slot to regain 3d8.
I just noticed what your hit point total was at. Oh my god, that was so close.
And then I am going to try and take this thing I've constricted off with me into the ocean.
Okay. Are you going to risk an opportunity attack from 3 possible sources on your way out?
One of them is very big.
Okay.
Kind of have to.
Right, so we'll go from least threatening to most threatening. So the first one will be the bandit, who swings his axe and misses. Then it's the guard drake, the fellow guard drake, who utilizes their bite and gets a nat 1. Finally, straining is the Georg, who clamps down with his jaws, getting a 19 to hit for 24 points of piercing damage.
Aww. So he should be at 47. Well, no, that was enough to transform Ziden back into a human.
Dang.
And unrestrict that.
Yeah.
At which point he will... try to go over here and kick the steering wheel to point the boat back towards the dock.
Ooh. Actually, I really like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, have some inspiration, and also make an unarmed attack roll if you can, or if you have your staff, use your staff or something.
Quarterstaff, go! Critical hit!
Nice. With a nat 20,
Very
like,
nice.
right, BAM! And just smack the wheel. It spins wildly, and the boat begins to shift and turn. And I need to go onto the actual background layer to do that. So
Can I also have, with that natural 20, broken it off in turning it?
Yes, you can. So we'll say it is over here now. So I might need to move tokens. But move there.
Sudden lurch for everyone as the
there.
ship just goes crazy.
There. You there. 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 Yeah, and they were fine, and he was over here. All right. Nice. Awesome. That was awesome. Fucking bullshit. Bam. Oh,
I've
dear.
taken my first ever damage as a human. Fuck this ship.
All right.
It must go down.
I'm going to say the guards and the bandits on the docks are kind of involved in their own scuffle at this point. The action is happening on the ship. So it comes down to Renji. Renji, what do you want to do?
Renji, seeing Richard Fairwind running away, is getting pissed. With a shout, "I'm not done with you!" He starts chasing.
Okay.
And he's going to pass by the two guard drakes and jumps down here.
Okay. Are you using any kind of action to prevent opportunity attacks? Although they've already had one, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
This one hasn't, but the other
That
one
one
has.
hasn't.
So you get
Yes.
one opportunity attack against you from one guard drake.
Does
But he
not
gets in
hit.
that one, so it's fine.
Wouldn't have hit with advantage.
Yeah.
And as I jump down, I look over at Richard Fairwind, and I cast a Hexblade's Curse on him
Okay.
first. My eyes turn into these black squares for just a moment as I stare at him. "You're not leaving here today." And I cast Toll the Dead, filling his mind with the scream of the Twilight Messengers.
Okay. So that is a... What save is that?
I believe the Toll the Dead is a Wisdom saving throw. Oh, for 4 necrotic damage. Oh, boy. Wait, no. Did he take any damage?
Yeah. He's
Yes. Oh,
he got
Yeah,
pummeled
he's
to...
taken 41 damage from me.
yes. Okay. So it would then be 15 points of damage if he has taken damage. If he
'Cause we
fails
edited
saving
it.
throw.
Yeah, it's an additive thing now.
Yes.
Okay.
Arr.
So he passes with a 20 in his wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
Okay. Then... is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
If it's possible, I want to stow the rod of the Pact Keeper.
Okay. That'll be your free object interaction for the thing.
Mhm.
Then on Melina's go, she's going to continue singing at this point. Then it is Max's go.
Aaron's kind of in slightly too awkward positions for most of my AoEs. You know what? I haven't used it in a while. And I could probably get... Hold on, maybe... come... 15 is the range.
Okay.
So like that. Maybe to that side a bit and that side.
Sure.
Because gonna bite down on that staff again. And throw Dragon's Breath.
Yeah. Gonna remove the feet and then Okay, so bandit directly in front of you.
Burst of lightning.
He fails and is evaporated through bolts of force and lightning and shit. Bandit number 2, who is directly in front of you. Similar fate. As they just disappear in these ashen shadows as the lightning takes forth and surges forward. This one sea wraith is like, I came to work on the wrong day. You're going to utilize his dexterity save, gets a natural 1 and takes a full 15 lightning to the face. He's not good. Not having it.
And I'll then move to engage these two and just stare the one that I kazapped dead in the eyes, daring him to take a hit.
Cool. Alright. Then it is the bandits go. The 2 remaining bandits are on the ship because the other 2 are busy with the guards. There's an awesome fight on dry land that's just off screen. That's for the DLC.
It is so great. It is so awesome. It's the best fight ever. You had to be there.
Yeah. Alright, so the bandit is going to wisely move over here. Out of the range of the giant shark.
Attack of opportunity from Ziden?
Does Ziden want to take an attack of opportunity against him?
This guy did try to stab me. 16 for 7.
Okay, so you hit him, but he survives.
Now.
Wow, he must be strong.
He had natural 20 on his previous dex save. This is Morph shirt, you guys. Alright, so he's going to take his hand axe and going to try and attack Hikan. He doesn't get advantage because Melina's not there. And he gets a natural 20 on his hand axe attack for 6 slashing damage against Hikan.
I love that he got the natural 20, but then rolled a 1 on his damage.
Yeah. This bandit is no joke. The other bandit, still armed with his crossbow, is going to decidedly aim it at the thing who's got lightning pouring out of its mouth, and a 13 doesn't hit your AC, I don't imagine.
No.
Okay, so it just kind of buries itself into the wood of the deck. I'm
not even looking at him.
Yeah. Then it's the Georg's turn. I'm going to roll a strength saving throw for the Georg. He double natural 20s and gracefully slips and falls back into the water. It's out of sight. And then it is Hikan's go.
So first things first, I take the necklace that I grabbed from Renji, and I hand it to Merlina and say, "Tide misses you." And I look at her like straight in the eyes with like the saddest "I'm sorry" look in my face as I just like twist my body upwards and kick the bandit behind me.
Okay.
For a natural 1.
Oh! He lives for another turn, or another half a second.
I should look when I do that, shouldn't I? I say to Merlina before I go over, and I punch him with the natural 20.
And now actually try. Here's a punch him. He does like this graceful flip in the air as you hit him with enough force and just crunch lands on the deck, utterly unconscious.
All right, and now I will run over here after giving her her necklace back, over to the guard drake and Sir Fairwind. I'm looking at the guard drake, I'm looking at Sir Fairwind, I'm looking at the guard drake, and I've got flanking on the guard drake, so I'm going to go ahead and burn another key point to punch the guard drake two times.
Okay.
26 for 11 and 10 for 10, but I don't think that hits.
The 10 does not hit, but the 26 does. Takes 11 bludgeoning damage as you slam into it. Nice.
And that'll be turn.
Okay. On their turn, the guard drake is going to turn around and snap at the thing that just slapped it, and the other one's going to go up to Ziden and add
Is it?
some...
I mean, its master is over here being stabbed.
Oh, that's actually a good point. You know what? Yes, that's a good point. How far
Darn
can I
you.
move?
There's a can in the way, so it can't just run over, and that's a different level, so it can't bite down, I guess.
True, but they do move fairly far. And I say fairly
Oh.
far, it's 30 feet. So he's going to barrel past you, hop down the stairs, and run at Renji.
Oof.
So, the first one versus Hikan is going to first bite. 13 doesn't hit. And then attempt to tail slap.
You are absolutely correct. So on the tail slap, I brush its tail over, moving taking my arm and then guiding it up and over and then down and having it hit Richard Fairwind in the head by spinning a key point. Yay, drunken technique. Oh, nope, not drunken technique. Tipsy sway.
Alright,
Yeah, direct attack, that one.
okay. So that'll be -5 for 6 points of damage. There we go. As his own guard drake hits him in the face. The other one will then focus its snarling, teethy attention onto Renji. So,
Lost it.
23 to hit.
That would be a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, so it is because it's flanking. So that'll be
Yes.
7 piercing damage as the thing bites
Ow.
into you, and going to follow up with a tail slap of 21 to hit for 9.
21 barely. Just hits. And that's not very nice.
It isn't. Okay. With them done, it is Sea Race turn. And they're going to err on the side of stupid and decide to attack Max.
Go ahead, make him mad.
Alright, so one at the top, one who hasn't been touched, is going to attack twice with its claws, as it is predisposed to do. Does a 17 hit your AC?
Yep.
Okay, so you take 8 points of slashing damage, and if you could do me a favor and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Nope.
No. Okay, so you are now poisoned for the next hour as the acidic compound burns into your flesh. Goes for another claw swipe. Only gets a 9 this time. So that misses. The next one, the one you did hit, is going to try and attack you. A 14
No.
doesn't hit,
No.
and a 9 doesn't hit.
No.
Okay. Nice. On Richard's go, he's going to more or less do something similar to what he's done before. He's going to attack Renji twice with his rapier, and then try and attack Max with his pistol, because he's currently the only other person he can see. First sword strike against Renji. Does 23 hit?
That hits.
That's
Yep.
8 piercing damage.
Ooh.
And then going to attack again.
Oh
natural
no, that's
20.
not good.
Natural 20 for 14 points of piercing damage.
I am barely standing.
And he's going to take his pistol and he's going to try in vain to attack Max with it.
I don't know why you say in vain. He's rolling very well.
Yeah. There's a
And that hits.
Okay, so it's 20 to hit for 8 piercing damage as a searing hot ball of metal buries itself into your flesh. And that'll be their turn. Then there are 3 more thumps beneath the boat, and it then goes to Ziden's turn.
Melina's song,
Yes.
is it magical or is it just like a different kind of special effect thing?
Make a free Arcana check.
5.
Okay. You can't be sure. She might just be very good at it. You feel like there has been something that has been mentioned in a previous clue that may kind of indicate as to what the purpose of the song is.
I
Yeah.
was mostly trying to decide if I can use Dispel Magic to stop her summoning song. Well, it's like a sort of kind of between, would it be Dispel Magic or would it be Counterspell?
It's a currently active magical effect. Counterspell usually comes into play when it's initially cast, so Dispel Magic would probably be the better one.
Okay, Ziden will raise up his powerful staff, pointing it at Merlina, and will cast Dispel Magic on her.
Okay. Sweet. Cast Dispel Magic on her. Her song, while the quality of it still maintains itself because she's a singer by trade, it doesn't seem to carry over the water anymore. It doesn't carry over into the town anymore. With your passive insight, you can probably tell that the guard drake in front of you suddenly stops for a bit and shakes its face. Like, yeah.
And I'll use a bonus action healing word down on Renji.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can do that at any level. I'm gonna have to do that at level 1 though. 8 hit points for you.
Okay, so I'm at 10.
And I will use my movement to hide behind the steering wheel in case of more Georg.
Okay.
So just go there.
Alright. Okay, so guard epic battle continues on land. Renji.
Yes, getting horribly battered by the Drake and by Richard Fairwind, I drop any pretense of wanting to get this guy alive. I draw my rapier and just try and stab twice at Richard Fairwind.
Okay.
That is a 28 to hit.
Okay.
Because a 29 to hit because I add. That's bonus to damage rolls. My bad. Instead of a 13, it's. Is it already? Yeah, that's 17 points of damage
Okay.
because of my Hexblade's curse.
Yeah.
And my second attack is a 23 to hit for 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I say, you nearly blew us up, you bastard.
You wouldn't have been blown up if you weren't snooping around in my stuff.
I've been blown up once, never again.
Okay. Anything else you want to do in turn?
I've attacked, and as a let's see. Oh, that's an action, darn it. Yeah, I'm going to get out of that for just a moment.
Okay.
With Misty Step.
Alright.
And I am going to step out just here.
Okay. Alrighty. Melina doesn't seem to be aware of the fact that her song isn't magical anymore and continues to sing, so it's rather lovely, but
Battle music.
yeah. Max.
So I had disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yeah.
Good thing I have spells that don't need attack rolls.
Good.
Such as, once again... it's less damage. Damn it.
Still good though. Alright. Where did I...
Throw even more lightning at these two fishy boys.
Alright, so one has already been lightningified. We'll do his saving throw. He passes
Damn it.
this time, and the other one will attempt their saving throw and fail. So, bottom one takes 5, and the top one takes 9. It's a lot of lightning and pain, just like it's a real light show from the ship there. As you're doing that, you did you want to move anywhere? Did you have any bonus actions you want to
I
take?
can't risk moving.
Ah.
And the bonus action is to cast a spell. The action is to damage.
I see. Okay. Then it is.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could retroactively make Constitution, or is it use an action? So yeah, until the spell ends, you can retroactively make Constitution saving throws since you already cast the spell once and it's concentration.
That's
No, I have
fine.
to cast it again in order to do it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you could sit there and keep doing it until.
No.
My bad.
Let's
think.
see. Duration concentration up to 1 minute. You touch one willing creature and imbue it with the powers to spew magic energy. Until the spell ends, the creature can use an action to exhale energy chosen type in a 15-foot cone.
I don't know if that means you can only do it once or if you can do it multiple times.
You can do it multiple times. You've got concentration for 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a bonus action.
Hmm.
But I don't have quicken spell, so.
Do you have any more of Hikan's anti-venom?
I only had the one.
Dang.
What about healing pots?
I will burn 3 sorcery points to give myself another second level spell slot.
Nice.
Something I haven't done before.
Okay. Awesome. With that, the bandit is going to take his light crossbow and he's going to fire, like, having not learned the lesson of his brethren, is going to fire at Hikan. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, it does. And luckily, I have 2 key points left. So again, I'm gonna catch it
And throw it at Fairwind.
and throw it at Fairwind.
Okay. So
Although it's...
make your attack roll against Fairwind.
17 for 7.
Ordinarily that would hit, but he's going to use his own reaction to parry and add 2 to his AC.
Against one melee attack.
Ah, that's a good point.
It's a ranged attack.
It is a
It
ranged
is.
attack. Okay, so he is now hurt even more.
He raises up to try and parry the arrow, then remembers it's an arrow.
Yeah, can you tell? I built him off a nobleman stat block. Oh dear. But yeah, so that's nice. So that's that. There would be a Georg, but not anymore. Hikan.
Alright, so I'm gonna do something crazy, like I haven't done the entire time of this thing here. And since there's no one, like, doing things, and Fairwind's kind of the boss in charge of all of this stuff, I'm gonna move right here.
Yep.
And I would like to take my, I would like to replace one of my attacks with a shove action,
Okay.
but I would like to flavor it as I am leaping off of this banister to tackle Fairwind into the water.
Okay.
And that'll be in one arm.
Alright. Let's see. So if it's a shove action, I don't think there's need for an attack roll. It's like an opposed skill check, like a grapple thing.
Oh yeah, it's athletics, I believe,
Yeah.
since I'm shoving him.
Let's see. Bonus actions. Special attack. Shoving a creature. Using attack action, you make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or to push it away from you. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them. Must be no size larger. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check contested by the target strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check.
Ah, fuck. Alright, I'm still going for it.
Well, you can keep the attack because you got 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, no, I wanted to. I want to shove him into the water. That's what I want to do.
Alright.
Can't you pick him first?
Nah.
It's a crit.
And that's a natural 1.
That is not a crit.
Okay. So he manages to keep his footing. He kind of slides rather hazily to one side as you descend upon him.
And since I leapt, I have since I flavored it as leaping, I will take the opportunity attack from the guard Drake
Okay.
as I went down.
Alright. Obedience is still in effect, but I'm going to make this attack with disadvantage. There's 13, that doesn't hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. I have another attack. I would like to attempt to shove him again.
Alright.
That would be a 13. And then I remember my lovely friend, Sebastian. And Sebastian would not be happy with this man.
Uh-huh.
And it's a D6 inspiration die, isn't it?
I think so. Where did I put my rules? Because I remember the inspiration thing works differently for this, doesn't it? As opposed to...
Because it's not Bardic Inspiration, it's Dungeon Master.
DM Inspiration acts as a 1d plus 1d6 they can add to a roll. Okay, sure, go for it.
Ah!
That is equal.
Frick.
And in contested rolls, Defender wins a tie. So he is still there, but you managed to at least touch him with this one. He just kind of braces himself against the side of the ship.
Alright, I'm gonna stop trying to be cool and I'll go ahead and just punch him once since it's a special attack, and that didn't work, so.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I was trying to be cool.
Parries the attack.
And that's turn.
Okay. Then... Boink. It's the Guard Drake's turn. They're confused. They see aggressive people around them, and there is a lot of stuff happening. So they will make their bite attack, but they will not get their slap attack. And they are. It seems like they're just lashing out at the nearest thing next to them. So the first one is going to snap at Ziden.
Can I try an animal handling him?
On your turn, yes.
Nice.
And then, but he gets a natural one, so he fails. And then the one versus Hikan only gets a 10, so he fails as well. Then it's the Sea Wraiths go. They're going to do their suite of attacks against Max because they're the only ones within melee range.
You missed me. I'm going to use my last key point and drag Mr. Fairwind's arm into its mouth.
Okay. Alright, there is a sudden bite crunch. Ah! He's not having a good day. But he takes it, and now it's I'm gonna say his sword arm was the one that you dragged into his mouth, so he'll have disadvantage on attack rolls featuring that arm for the next turn at the very least. As he rips his arm free of the guard drake. And then when the Sea Wraiths get their turn, they're going to try their... Well, the damaged one is going to try its claw attacks against Max. 21 hit your AC.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 13 slashing damage as it cuts into you. It goes for another attack. I don't think a 10 hits your AC.
I need to make a spell still going.
Okay. And then the other one, the less damaged one, is going to... totter around and see if they can get to their boss. So over here, you get an opportunity attack against it if you want to take it.
18 for 6.
Okay. 18 for 6.
Unfortunately, I can't use spells as opportunity attack.
We need to get you like Warcaster. Yeah.
I'm considering it.
He takes 6 points. He takes 6 points of damage. As you smack him in the back of the head with the staff, Sea Wraith is going to attempt to attack Hikan, being the most direct threat. So it's 22 to hit for 12.
Alrighty.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 20.
Okay, then you're fine. And he's going to swipe at you again. It's claws. It's 23 for 9.
Okay.
And then another Constitution
That's a
save.
12.
Alright, so now you have the unfortunate acidic burns, as it were.
Poison.
Okay.
It's almost like I didn't take that potion last round.
Okay. Then, after they're done, it is Fairwind's turn. He's going to use a bonus action to get the fuck out of dodge and disengage. So he's going to move himself up here. He's not going to attack with his sword, but instead he's going to raise his other hand. And he kind of, as he does so, you see that he's got a ring on it, of this kind of dark coloration. And he says, "You all need to learn discipline." So, what I would like Max to do, since he was the only one who was shot, I'd like you to make for me a wisdom saving throw for me, please. And that should be a DC 15 rather than a 16.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So you take 11 lightning damage, but I think you're resistant to it because you're of your iconic stuff.
No.
Oh.
So I'm down.
You're down. Max is knocked unconscious. Melina also. So both Max, Melina, and the guard drakes, all kind of light up with this sort of damaging electrical effect, and seem to be in a constant amount of pain. There is another effect on top of it, but the only person who would have noticed that would have been Max, but he's unconscious now. And that's that. Ziden.
If I move here, does the guard drake attack me?
No.
Okay, I shall move there. Ziden's eyes will flare up, seeing Max go down, as he will take his stance here, turning into a mighty fucking elk, and stampede. Oh, I still can't control the elk, but stampede right into Fairwind's face.
I will fix that at some point, but I'll put him there for you.
So, does this, which
Alright.
gets me this attack for. Can I say it has advantage because it's? Oh.
Okay, so he fails it. Takes an extra 2d6 damage. Very much, so, DC 14 strength saving throw will be knocked prone. Okay, so he's knocked prone. I would say, to be honest, when it comes down to it, it doesn't really matter. He had a single hit point left. How do you want to do this?
Okay. I'm gonna say Ziden charges forward, crashing into him, and keeps going to dump him off the edge of the boat.
Okay.
Through
Just
that mast.
Through both of the masts.
So yes, over here. At which point, splash. He vanishes into the water.
Then he will turn around and snort at this one remaining bandit.
He's like, looks up, and is like, okay, and just drops everything. And the sea wraiths, honestly, they do the same. They just see this giant elk appear from nowhere, take their boss and fling him off the ship, and that's more than they can handle for that one. They just throw their hands up, and it is over.
Ziden will then immediately drop elk form to go over to Max
Okay.
and cast Healing Word on him.
Okay.
I would like to pour one of my healing potions into Merlina's gullet.
What about the guard drakes?
They kind of like, they see this happening. So if you can imagine like very scared dogs,
Okay.
they're kind of curled up a bit and are kind of edging back away from everything else on the ship.
Right.
Like stumble
Renji is going to
forward.
rush to the
This
prow, and he's going to try and see if he can spot Fairwind's body,
Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this out here.
and if he does, he's going to just throw blast after blast of eldritch energy at it.
Make a perception check.
Perception check. I am rather good at those.
Natural one.
25.
With a 25, you notice that you can't see the body. You do see a substantial cloud of red, though, murking up the water. And as you kind of stare off in it, you see the fin of a shark-like creature swim by.
I start we're not in initiative anymore, are we?
No.
Yeah, I'm just throwing eldritch blasts one after another.
The shark.
No, the shark and the body.
Right. Oh, you don't. I say you don't see a body. You just see a cloud of red murk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just
so-
throwing it in there.
Eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just spend some time doing that.
Is Merlina back to consciousness?
What?
Is Merlina back to consciousness?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
It's kind of.
I smile at Merlina and it's like, give me a second. And then I run to Renji and I grab his hand, like, in the middle of his body.
What?
Max is gonna
That's
limp up
enough.
behind him.
There's nothing else that we can do to him.
Can't win.
What do you
Every
mean?
time we manage to pull a thread of whatever's happening, there's something that it's drifting away from us. We need answers, Hikan, and
You planning on getting the answers by blasting the shark?
In case you haven't noticed, we have a whole goddamn boat here.
yeah, the blasts weren't really to get answers. I wanted him.
What do you want to do to him?
You know, in the Archermark dungeon,
Mm-hmm.
when those statues blew up,
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of, I think I died then. And the explosion at the warehouse kind of pulled me back to that moment. And it was because of him that happened.
Well, he was a bad man, yeah. But what happened?
Like I was
in
spouting all
Avrdal?
that stuff about charges and arrest and stuff, but really I want to skewer him.
Well,
I don't think that would have given us the answers either. Because anytime
True.
you poke something with your sword there, it goes away.
I am aware of that. Yes.
as someone who has a great deal of experience with uncontrollable anger and bad memories, you really gotta try and keep a handle on it. Because what if those blasts you were firing hit someone who didn't deserve it?
Tell you what. Merlina's okay now. She's been with Fairwind for a little while. And we gotta take her back to Tide anyway. Why don't we see what she knows? See if we can get answers. And we walk forward trying to fix the problem that we were out here to solve.
You're right.
It's okay. Trust me, I get it. Because, like, man, I'll tell you about it later. It's not the time right now.
All right. I'll hold you to that.
And I'm not
Let's get this, who's steering the ship now?
The tides.
So Hikan then turns around and then looks at, like, the bandit and the sea wraiths that are still there. And he goes...
Broken mast.
He sits there and he goes, "You guys look pretty hurt." He goes over and he goes, "All right, stop the ship."
It's like the sea wraiths are like, we just climbed on the side of it. We don't have to steer this fucking thing. The bandit's
Do you
like,
know how to stop it?
okay, I'm sorry. I'll
you
go.
know how to
I'm going. And he
Tell them how to stop it. You go with
disappears,
him and help.
disappears under the deck. And a few moments.
At the sea wraiths, just like, you go with him and help.
Rolling, you know what? Fuck it. You guys have outnumbered him, and they watched a giant elk disappear. They've been hit with lightning. They are not in the mood, so they're going to disappear under the deck as well. A few moments later, there is a series of loud metallic clatters as the anchors at the front both descend into the water. Yeah.
Ziden's gonna go over to the drakes and try and calm them.
Okay.
With guidance himself and then animal handling. For a total... Oh, come on. Total of 23.
Okay. They don't become tame by any stretch of the imagination, but they do seem significantly calmer in your presence. They don't seem like they're going to bite your hand off as you reach a hand forward to try and, like, pet their snout to calm them down a bit.
Ziden will provide them with some dried meat.
And they appreciate that.
Hi there. You must be Merlina.
That I am, yes.
My name's Hikan. I met your brother in Castletown.
Yes, I think you mentioned that. I'm so terribly sorry. It has been a long few weeks, and it's difficult to quantify everything that has happened.
Well, tell you what, how about we get off of this boat, because it's kind of corpsey, and we get you a drink, and then we can talk all about it, okay? How's that sound?
I think that would be a good idea, yes. Thank you.
Okay.
As you kind of examine Merlina, now that there's no combat, you notice that she does besides the orca thing, she does very much resemble her brother, albeit probably a bit more svelte. She's still as tall as him, so coming close to 7 foot tall, but she's like very slim and very gentle features, but is still very much a remarkable resemblance to Tide. Yeah.
I nudge Max. Do you think Hikan is flirting with her?
I wouldn't even know what that looks like.
Fair enough. Forget I asked.
Yeah.
Also, if Renji looks Max in the eyes, he will say that Max has lizard-like slits for pupils now.
I'm just imagining just like lizard-like pupils looking into square pupils.
Yep, pretty much.
I can't judge.
Weird eyebrows, yeah.
And then Beth's gonna lean towards you and say, "I'm not gonna do something dumb like ask you to be a good person. Just be better than me." And then you're just gonna walk off.
You're
Roll a perception check
pretty
to see
good.
if I hear that.
Anyway,
Can do. If you're on perception, and if Max was attempting to keep it particularly quiet, then
I hear it.
okay.
I'm gonna be stupid and ask both of you to be good people.
shut up!
Over the course of a few minutes, with everything having calmed down, the ship is pulled back towards the dock, and just in time too. As everyone disembarks, you notice that it is moving a lot lower in the water than it originally was. Someone does a quick inspection downstairs and finds not only 3 holes in the bottom of the hull, but one panicking Georg of regular size is just kind of stuck down there. But they get him out, and then the ship just sinks by itself. They reason that there is no point in salvaging this thing. It's not like it needs to go anywhere anytime soon.
I imagine there's a search of the ship.
Yeah, there is a search of the ship, performed by a variety of guards who turn up later. Now that the fires seem to have calmed down slightly in the warehouse area of town, they can lend a couple more hands to help deal with it. They inspect the ship thoroughly. They find a bunch of trinkets that were not on the ship's manifest, but nothing that was immediately incriminating. They do find one particular item as a whole. They seem to pull out of the captain's quarters what looks like a nice big golden object, which is like about the size, or like a foot long. It has a green gem in the middle of it, but it appears to be much like a North Star in its design. As a couple of people are inspecting it, however, and they turn it over, they read an inscription on the back, at which point the thing begins to bubble. They throw it to the ground and move away just in time for it to explode in a gout of acid. It seems that the actual item in of itself has been attached with a glyph of warding to destroy it should anybody else get their hands on it. But it is as significant amount of proof as you need to know that Richard Fairwind had something to do with the Twilight Cartel, and considering the amount of coordination that was being put through by him, it seems he might have been one of the ringleaders. As the guards finish taking all of your statements and round up all the ne'er-do-wells that are still alive and drag them off to prison to join the others, you have a moment spare with Melina. What do you do?
Probably ask her what she's been doing for Fairwind.
Well, the thing is, when me and my brother and our musical troupe had arrived in Sarcossa, we had not exactly the best of luck trying to find a thing to do, but eventually someone came up to us. This scruffy-looking individual arrived and said that he could provide us with the coin and the fame that we would do. Of course, we were too keen of an eye to know that was probably going to lead us down a dark path, so we attempted to make our way out of town, and we were camping on the road one night, and then suddenly I woke up in what appeared to be an attic of some kind. There was a burning sensation in my right shoulder, and I soon found out that this Fairwind individual wanted to use my talents to fuel some kind of magic that he wanted to utilize to control things. He had a fondness for animals, but only so much in that he found them useful. He had utilized my singing abilities to power spells to dominate these animals. Well, in certain cases it had mixed results. But ultimately it got what he wanted in certain situations, yes?
Appears to be that case. Yeah.
I tried escaping once. There was a lot of magical things, trinkets and things in his attic while I was kept up there. And I cobbled together something that I thought would summon a thing, but it didn't arrive. But I heard a crash downstairs, and I don't know what became of that.
We have encountered it, yes.
Oh.
It's actually what put us on Fairwind's path.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I was... it was a happy accident, I suppose.
Indeed.
He kept referring himself as the Dawn Lord. But I don't know much else about that.
The letter we found called him Fairwind Dawn.
Indeed.
Did you see anybody else he was working with?
Not besides the sea Zora or the river Zora that he would employ as the sea wraiths and the animals that he made me control. Nothing else, or no one else for that matter, though I did hear some chatter to say that working for this cartel of sorts is no one really knows who their colleagues are in the long term, and truth be told, there is not exactly much else to go with. But everyone is scared of it. Everyone is terrified.
And we just killed one of their big guys.
Yep.
Thank you for rescuing me from that. I do not know how I could possibly repay you.
I think the guards here will have some questions for you, but we're going to make sure that you and Tide are going to see each other again.
She smiles and says, "Thank you."
Did Tide mention where they were going after Hyrule Castletown?
No. It was rather despondent about the whole situation.
Might still be there. Castletown's a big place.
Lots of money to be made.
Yeah.
Well, looks like it was just a bad moment for you guys, but that's okay. Probably rest here, and then what are we gonna do? We can go back and see if we can run into your dad to see if he's heard anything about Flamgo. Because we know that bastard's with these guys.
Or the
Mhm.
kidnapper. And as soon as Max says that, he gets a very dark look in his face.
I could try asking the Drakes if they have any recognition of strange men.
Not sure how much use that'll be, but you can
Worth a
definitely
shot.
try.
Definitely worth a shot.
Ziden will find the guard Drakes and ritual cast Speak of Animals.
Okay.
And then he will say hello to them.
They reply with. You can tell that they are speaking to you, but they speak Draconic.
Hmm.
You have heard the language before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it sounds like.
But are they animals?
Technically, guard drakes are dragons.
Oh.
So you can speak with them, but you might need Max's help to translate.
Does that even count for using the spell?
Well, there's like
Because
the.
it's a ritual, so...
So you cast it as a ritual and speak. So in this instance, speak with animals allowed you to speak with them in like constructive sentences at all, but so essentially they'd speak to you. You'd then speak to Max to ask for the translation. Then it's a really long
Could
circuitous
I speak to
thing.
them directly in Draconic?
Worth a shot.
Maybe ask for help.
Ziden will mention that they seem to speak Draconic.
Okay.
Ness is, uncomfortably looks at the person in the room who doesn't know that he speaks dragon.
Melina, let's go get you that drink so you can relax a little bit, since you probably had a little bit of stress. Would you like some tea?
Well, that would be lovely, thank you.
Come on, let's go ask Thicket for some tea. Thicket's awesome.
There you go and ask Thick for some tea, leaving Ziden and Max by themselves with the guard drakes.
But what do we want to know?
Probably kind of people he met with, try and work out if any of them stands out as particularly special. I would imagine that depending on what they're up to, they might have a particularly unusual smell to them. So we could focus on that as the ones we want descriptions of.
Turn to the dogs and ask them, do you remember much about the guy who was controlling you was meeting with?
In a roundabout way, the way they describe it to Ziden, who in turn describes it back to Max,
I'm talking directly to them.
I know, but it's like when they so when they speak, only Ziden will be able to understand them as dialogue. Because I think that's how Speak with Animals works, but
I'll press the button. So
yeah.
press the
It'll take
button.
it. You get it done, but it takes a while. It's so essentially what happens and what they explain is that they never really met anybody who went further than Sarcossa, except for the people who went on the ships out to sea, and then because it was over a mass of water, they kind of lost the scent after that. But they do remember that he was talking to people over something, like in his private time he was talking to people, and he always seemed agitated about one thing and then was trying to speak rather coyly about another thing. They more or less just explained that he was basically going through long range communication with at least one other person who they couldn't get a scent of, and they didn't see, but they heard was speaking with a rather higher class accent, much like Fairwind himself.
Okay. Well, there's something.
More nobles, I guess.
I will thank the dogs.
Rawr.
I'll give them some more jerky in thanks.
Yeah, they enjoy that.
Vess is like weirded out that these animal-like beings are okay with his presence.
Yeah, the thought process is more or less that guard drakes are to dragons what dogs are to humans.
Yeah.
So, and dragons can speak in proper dialogue, and humans can speak in proper dialogue. So it's like that almost.
Okay.
Now
I get it.
Yeah.
I bet one of them.
It wags its tail. But yeah, I will say, because we are going on rather late, I will say that over the course of the next few moments, you manage to get a little bit of respite, and you meet back up with Mara, or Mara comes and meets you at the inn to discuss what's just happened, and perchance you either send a message to, or you go and speak to the mayor directly to inform them about what has transpired. But over the course of that day and a day's rest, or a good night's rest uninterrupted, you find yourselves smarter, stronger, more powerful, having gained a level.
Better, faster.
Yeah. And we will end the session there for this evening and continue on with our next one at the next opportune time. But thank you very much for watching or listening to Hyrule Chronicles, episode 44. My name is ArticulateT, the Game Master, and with me today, as always, I have had Renji Vox being played by TheNetherlad.
Revenge is sadly bitter. Good night.
I've had Hikan Sio being played by Alvarance.
Sober Hikan's pretty fucking deep, man.
Yeah. I've had Ziden Shari being played by RoboPirate.
We have a long time of Sober Hakan to look forward to.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
And finally, playing Max, I have Keistrith.
I nearly died today.
Same hats.
Yay.
And
Ziden took his first damage today.
Oof.
and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Happy New Year, by the way, it being just like 2 days before the end of 2019. And
See you next year.
See you next year. Bye.
Fuck you, 2019, you sucked.
Agreed.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.